But now for an update from the federal level. At one point, President Trump marked this weekend as the date to reopen the country. But rising COVID-19 cases and recommendations from his health experts have pushed that back. The result, a third straight week of high unemployment numbers. But the Trump administration says some financial relief is just days away. ABC's Alex Prochet has more from Washington.
This is the new norm of uncertainty for Kim Chapman. She's a hair and makeup artist, but her North Carolina business, like many others across the country, is shut down because of the novel coronavirus.
All of my freelance work is pretty much canceled till June.
Similar situations playing out across the country. 6.6 million filing for unemployment last week, nearly 17 million in a 3-week span.
This is 10 times worse than we've seen in a generation.
The Trump administration saying some have already received that promised extra $600 weekly unemployment check. Those $1,200 stimulus checks promised by the Treasury Secretary to arrive as early as next week to those with direct deposit. The Trump administration also asking Congress for more funding for its Paycheck Protection Program for small businesses, an extra $250 billion. Though Democrats blocked that request in the Senate yesterday because they say it doesn't go far enough. Many Americans forced to depend on the generosity of others to fill their financial gap. Lines backing up at food banks like this one in Ohio. There, they predict up to 40% of the state's residents will have a food shortage.
Pregnant right now with a very high-risk pregnancy, it really helps a lot.
They say the number of people they serve has tripled since the COVID-19 pandemic. The president still with an optimistic outlook.
I think our country, from an economic standpoint, will end up being stronger than ever. We have tremendous stimulus. We have tremendous stimulus plans.
But will that help come soon enough for those like Kim Chapman?
Even if we were told to go back to work tomorrow, I mean, the average working family, is only a couple of weeks away from not being able to pay bills.
The CDC has new guidelines for essential workers, healthcare professionals, mail carriers, and those involved in the food supply. And these new rules speed up the process for workers exposed to COVID-19 to return to work. But some unions have called it, quote, dangerous and reckless. Alex Prochet, ABC News, Washington.